Oh, yeah. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only A Switch, aka that motherfucker that be licking them goddamn mics. Pause. aka the undisputed, undefeated, uncontested social distancing champion, aka the Komake Tiger Dropper, aka the Taco Meat Tyrant. That gets me every now and then. aka the Nigga Lip Master, bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sights, episode 137 to be exact, to be accurate, to be just efficient. I don't know. Today's date is January 20th, 2022. For those that don't know, Switch Sites Podcast is a solo video game podcast where I talk about just that, them damn video games. Yeah. Well, outside of that, let's just want to give some shouts out. Shouts out to Windjammers 2. Just dropped today. This is just a APB public service announcement that you should probably play it. It's pretty great. You know, you throw in frisbees. It's all, everybody's in the 80s or 90s, I don't know, but it's a good time, you know. Everybody just playing some frisbee, you know. Just play some frisbee, man. I'm just saying, but I digress. Just want to give that game the attention it deserves. I may possibly stream it, just to bring some more awareness, just to do my part. Yeah. Outside of that, gaming wise this week, boy, oh boy, we have a pretty big topic to talk about, to discuss, to dissect. It's gonna be juicy. It's gonna be juicy. It's gonna be succulent. I'm sorry. Does that, when I say that, it feels dirty, but I don't know if it comes off as dirty. It probably does. Who am I kidding? Anyway, yeah. So you know what? Without further ado, let's stop the dilly-dallying and get right into it. First topic of discussion. If I could actually have my windows properly windowed. Oh, this is gonna suck. There we go. Excuse me. Pardon the dust. Some minor technical differences. Okay. Microsoft. They micro and they soft. Out of nowhere, I think this was Wednesday this week. Or no, Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. They announced early in the morning, just waking everybody up with some catastrophic news. I guess it's up for interpretation, but anyway, some catastrophic news that they are in the works of acquiring Activision Blizzard. Man, that is just crazy. I don't think anybody was expecting this news at all. to buy just a huge company like this is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy for a lot of reasons. But yeah, key word though, they are in the process of acquiring them fully. So technically, as of now, they aren't acquired, but I guess they're in, I think what's the term, quote unquote, serious negotiations to acquire them, where I'm assuming at some point that they're obviously at a point where they're like, yeah, this is going to be a done deal. So they just went ahead and announced it either way. So, man, pretty crazy. Just thinking about it in perspective, pretty damn crazy. So, I mean, so when you take all that in consideration, what Xbox purchased, oh, how could I forget the number? It was like 69 billion or something like that, like just shy of 70 billion.
70 billion.
My auto tune just not working with me today, but I got the point across. $70 billion. That is a ridiculous amount of money. That's just so much money that you are purchasing and giving away. Not necessarily giving away, of course, but yeah, and I believe it's, to my understanding, it's all cash, that cold hard cash. Because I believe with some other previous deals or major deals, there's like some, some is cash, some is stock and things like that. But this is, no, bruh, straight, hard, cold cash. That straight, hard, cold cash. So it's like, Microsoft ain't playing no games, man. They are not. First it was I think ZeniMax. I think ZeniMax Media, which also is above Bethesda as well. So took that whole company. I think that was like, what was that? Actually, let me look. Microsoft buys Bethesda. Microsoft buys Bethesda. 7.5 billion. Damn. Jeez, that just dwarfs in comparison. My God. 7.5 billion. And then Microsoft like, you know what? We ain't done yet. Let's kick it up a notch. 69. Well, I think they're trying to avoid the very immature joke of 69 billion. But either way, that is crazy. So, putting that in perspective, at least that entails a lot of damn games under Microsoft's umbrella now. So, of course, probably the most valuable asset, I'd say, Call of Duty. Of course, a franchise that's selling, top selling, literally every release, regardless of quality, which has been questionable with some of the releases, but that in of itself, that's a get. That's a damn get. Overwatch, of course, one of the breakout hits. Diablo, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush. So that also with the Activision Blizzard acquisition, that also entailed King, which was also under that umbrella. StarCraft, Tony Hawk, Like, we might actually get Tony Hawk to come back now. Since for the last Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake, after Vicarious Visions, I think a fair amount came back to develop that game. I think they moved them to work on Call of Duty shortly after finishing Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remastered or remake. So now that hopefully should imply that Xbox might bring Tony Hawk back or continue the remakes of, like, you know, going to 3 and 4 presumably and things like that. So it's a get. Guitar Hero, Hearthstone, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot. That's a lot of potential when you think about it. A lot of potential, a lot of IPs. It's now owned by Microsoft. More specifically, Xbox. It's pretty crazy when you think about it, man. This is definitely the biggest, like, acquisition, for sure in gaming. I think it doesn't scale in comparison to, like, other, verticals or whatever, like, media and whatnot. I think that Fox purchase was pretty big too. I think it was like 70 million or something like that. So it is crazy. Call of Duty, Microsoft is exclusive. Man. And that not even a lot of various, you know, miscellaneous IPs under that too. And then when you think about the companies, you got Treyarch, Raven, High Moon, Beanox, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Demonware, Toys for Bob. I believe that's Toys for Bob. So that's a lot. That's such a get. Man. Microsoft got money. Microsoft got that money. But yeah, this definitely brings a lot of questions about this whole acquisition. So like I said earlier, this should technically close within a year from now. So in 2023, everything should be finalized and official. And obviously, Microsoft feels confident enough to announce it, you know, considering everything. I guess, of course, some of the other benefits, obviously, with the controversy with Activision and Blizzard, with, you know, the workplace and harassment and all that stuff. Now that Microsoft purchased them, now they, at least what they announced, that once the deal is finalized, they, you know, the company will report to Microsoft. So that obviously, at least at the least, implies that, you know, that will at least incite a huge structural change, and of course, in turn, a change in the work environment as well. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. I mean, and then that also begs the question in terms of Bobby Kotick, who's been ousted in a lot of instances regarding this whole scandal, that if he's still staying on once this acquisition is finalized. But it seems to be back and forth, but it seems the current word is that once the deal has been finalized in 2023, he will step out, or you know, step away, whatever you want to say. Step down. There we go. It was something stepping. Step down, and, you know, presumably the management will then, you know, go to Microsoft, and they showed the whole chain of you know, structural management and jobs after all that's said and done, at least initially. So kind of messed up because at least from what I've heard, it seems like the word is that he's just going to have a golden parachute, just going to be like, exit the company, in grace, when that definitely shouldn't be the case. Should be some repercussions, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But this technically is probably the best thing that could happen to Activision Blizzard, considering the stigma now that Activision Blizzard has now, considering everything that's transpired. So yeah, I don't know. It's still crazy to think about. Just one, the boldness of Xbox taking all these companies and acquisitions, but at the same time, it's like they could use it to at least be a stand in competition against PlayStation and whatnot. So it's still crazy, man. Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. That is kind of surreal. Like straight up Bruce Wayne shit. Like, oh yeah, they said no and I couldn't buy the property, so I bought the whole bank. It's nothing to me. Money ain't an issue. So, whew, that's really crazy. So, at least with that in mind, one of the biggest questions from this acquisition is also like the fate of Call of Duty, which is probably one of the most established IPs that, at least historically have been released on both Microsoft's platform and Sony's various, previous platforms and whatnot. So that at least the question now is presented if Call of Duty will continue to be multi-platform or exclusive to Xbox platforms going forward. So at least from a recent interview via the Washington Post with Phil Spencer, he did pretty much clarify, as well as Twitter, I believe. Let me pull that up. Get those details. Uncle Phil. I love that so much. Uncle Phil. So, at least specifically his tweet on Twitter had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship. Ooh, that felt kind of sexual, I'm not gonna lie. I guess the relationship part probably. But anyway, it seems that at least what that it definitely implies is that I don't know. I guess maybe at least they will honor the contract that they previously had with Activision before this acquisition. So at least that seems to imply that at least the next maybe 2-3 Call of Duties that come out will still come to PlayStation as well as Xbox, obviously. So that's at least what I get. But then it's like the question after that, like, does that mean that Call of Duty will eventually be exclusive to Xbox after that, after all that is said and done? That's still up in the air, but I'm like, you paid damn near $70 billion to purchase this whole company. Why would you not keep, have some exclusives that you paid damn near $70 billion for it. That just doesn't make sense. So I guess I could see the route that's technically, been going on for who knows how long with the history of Call of Duty is they will release Call of Duty on both platforms, but also instill some of that, like, I guess, annoying exclusivity. Not as much now, but basically the exclusivity of, hey, if you play this on Xbox, you'll get an extra 5 extra classes to use at your arsenal or something like that. At least it's good nowadays that at least going by the previous Call of Duties that have come out so far since Modern Warfare, that at least the maps all release at the same time and are free, which was, that was probably the biggest pain in the ass with the exclusivity previously before Call of Duty actually got smart about it, and not alienating people who bought the pack versus people who didn't and whatnot. So that is good. I don't see that like coming back. That just will be dumb and annoying and just a detriment to everybody playing the game. And, again, splitting the player bases based off of those map packs. So thank God that's out of the picture. So technically it won't be really that big of a annoyance like with PlayStation. They had I think PlayStation currently has the exclusivity stuff going on. Having, a extra mode that nobody necessarily really cares about that much, that I could wait a year to play that, but then by then most people forget about it anyway, which was, I think, the survival mode for Modern Warfare. At least I think they might have eased up a bit. I think they just maybe had exclusive map for that mode. Like, I could care less about anything except multiplayer when it comes to exclusivity. But like when you get the multiplayer, which is obviously considered the bread and butter for Call of Duty, that's where it gets a little iffy, I think. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's probably just gonna be the way. Because I mean, when you think about it, it would technically be smarter for Microsoft to still sell Call of Duty on PlayStation's platform and rev up, capitalize on all that revenue that they otherwise would miss out on, but maybe potentially encourage people to get into the Xbox ecosystem as well. But no, I think specifically with Call of Duty, probably a couple other titles like Overwatch and stuff, I think they'll still keep bringing those games to the competitive platforms of, at least in this case, PlayStation, and obviously PC. PC is his own beast that doesn't play by the rules of consoles, obviously, as well, at least as history has shown us. So yeah, wonder like, well, yeah, and then I think about like some of the other IPs that are at least generally more associated with PC than anything, like your Diablo, which at least now is starting to come to consoles now, and what else? StarCraft, World of Warcraft. I'm curious how, I guess it would just be under Xbox's platform instead of like, Blizzard. What is it currently? Blizzard.net, I think. The PC interface for the what is it called, for all the Activision related games on PC. I guess that is a question. Like, I'm curious how they're going to handle that now that I think about it. I guess we'll see. We'll see. yeah, it's a lot. It's kind of overwhelming when you think about it, man. It's a lot of history with Activision Blizzard and all their IPs combined. Um, yeah, but I think the at least the really popular games that have established themselves on, of course, the various platforms. I think Microsoft would be amiss to not still release it on the platforms. But of course, you'd have the various exclusivity stuff going on that would permanently be tied to Microsoft, which I've always associated Call of Duty personally with the Xbox, at least since the 360. So I am digging that. The controller is more suited for first person shooters. So personally, I love it. But yeah, at least somebody who messes with all the consoles, I think that is the smart move. So it seems to imply that he's going to do that. Phil Spencer, who's now with when the acquisition of Activision, fully takes place, that he'll be the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, which is pretty dope. Congrats to him. I guess the other big question regarding this acquisition is definitely the antitrust / monopoly side of things, where at least as somebody who definitely does not have legal knowledge like that, but it's pretty apparent that like this definitely is straddling the line with Xbox being a monopoly, similar like Disney, where they, at least the concept is a company can't buy too many buy or acquire too many other companies to where they clearly will eventually become this just dominating corporation that is technically under one business and defeats the purpose of business, because they have nobody, eventually would have nobody else to compete with or compete with them. At least that's somewhat of the mentality of monopoly / antitrust stuff, and of course all the stuff that implies. So apparently, I mean, presumably their legal team probably thinks this will go through, considering everything, and probably that might probably be the brunt of a lot of it, is this ironing that stuff out and finding some median to actually be allowed to pull this off, I guess. But yeah, it is definitely on the other side of the coin. It definitely is concerning, knowing that Xbox has all this potential power, kind of in a way overnight, being able to do whatever they want. That they can get really potentially very Disney-like in terms of their, I don't know, bullyish ways. I mean, at least so far with Microsoft / Xbox as a company, they seem to be on the right track in terms of a lot of their business fundamentals and treatment towards consumers and things like that. So we'll see. Definitely concerning, but I guess I could see them actually, doing the right thing. Hopefully they don't turn into like, this cocky company. Oh, we could do anything we want. We Xbox, bitch. Something, I don't know. I'd be a little weird now the more that I think about it, but we Xbox, bitch. Don't worry about us. I don't know. Yeah. This is crazy, man. Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. That is still crazy to me. That is a lot of capital. But man, it's so many other questions. But I mean, I think, obviously as the year goes by, we'll get more and more insight on the various miscellaneous details regarding this whole acquisition. But Xbox coming for the jugular, man. They trying to make up for some lost ground with the Xbox One. You got to give Xbox credit though for that specifically. Trying to salvage the remains of the Xbox One. They have done a pretty bang up job, and personally, at least, I've definitely enjoyed their modesty and humbleness regarding like their failures. Specifically, they fucking own the Red Ring of Death in stride, and that's commendable in my opinion. Just to really not shy away from your failures. It's pretty commendable in my book. I still got to watch that the documentary, I think that released over the holidays, regarding the whole history of Xbox in terms of their previous console generations. So that's crazy, man. Hey, I mean, I do question some of this, but I mean, in the essence of everything, at least what it seems to intend, it seems to be good. But I guess, yeah, really only ultimately time will tell. So, man, Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. King. That's another factor too. Let's not forget about King, who makes one of the freaking top money making games of all time for at least the mobile market, Candy Crush, and maybe some other miscellaneous games that at least aren't as popular. But I mean, the mobile market is a pretty damn what's the word? Not revelatory, but pretty damn, capable revenue, not revenue rich, but fruitful. We'll go with that. Fruitful market, where it's a lot of casual people that do, only play mobile games, don't ever play traditional games and things like that. So when you think about, man, Microsoft, they in that bag. They really are. Then on top of that, Game Pass, like, it's pretty dope. Now that you got a whole plethora of games that, they could utilize for Game Pass to make it even that much more appealing for PC and Xbox. So when you think about it, it is definitely a smart move. And then on top of that, the whole controversy is like, I think probably the needle in the haystack, the like, not the camel. No, it was something. What's the saying? Something you break the camel's back. The water, the water to break the camel's back. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Man. Yeah, when you think about that definitely was probably like, we have no choice, because at least it's suggested that they were in talks previously before this was public, and that maybe the whole Activision controversy, seeing the light of day, and putting a huge stigma on my Activision Blizzard. I think definitely put some gas in that ignition. You don't put gas in ignition though. Put some light in the fire, but that ain't gas in the fire. I just don't know my analogies today. But you get what I'm saying though. You picking up what I'm putting down. So yeah, pretty dope. Pretty dope, commendable. Definitely a sign of a whole new era of this I guess quote unquote console war, but I mean it's hard to really even say that because I mean, I don't know, it's like it's a lot of tit and tat and you know, IPs that are already being bought from Microsoft that are still being on the platform as well. Totally forgot about Microsoft buying Mojang, which you know makes Minecraft, which is one of the again other big established consistent franchises that are still making that money. So crazy. This is huge. This is so big. Oh my god. 70 billion. That is just an insane amount of money. It is crazy. Anyway, man. Moving on. I want to I can't even do it. I'm trying to do it, but I can't. I want to find some sailors. Try to find some sailors to hang out with. Do you know where sailors hang out? I want to sail. So Shenmue, the animation, I believe they announced this a while back. I totally forgot about it, but they dropped the official trailer for Shenmue the animation. I guess it seems to be coming out exclusively on Adult Swim. Maybe it might be a thing where they release it on Adult Swim, be there for a while, then eventually come to Crunchyroll, or maybe it's both. Cause yeah, it seems to be through both platforms. I guess that would kind of make sense. You know, people who just watch TV could catch it, as well as people who, you know, Crunchyroll favors. I don't know. Want to watch it as well. That makes sense. Anyway, official trailer, the animation, at least going by the trailer, it seems to, you know, start off where the first Shenmue starts and kind of take it from there. So kind of sucks. One of the things that was a bit of a downer for me, at least after finding out, is that they did not get the voice actors from the original Shenmue to play you know, their respective characters in this animated series. I don't think not one. At least obviously the most notable, Ryo, who is not voiced by his original character. I forgot his name. Who is the voice actor of Ryo in Shenmue? Who is it? Who could it be? Corey Marshall. Let's get sweaty. They could have got me. Let's get sweaty. Do you know where sailors hang out? See, I think the fact I'm trying too hard is not making it as genuine as it kind of was. As it, you know, it's kind of endearing and slightly charming. I'm not doing it justice. Do you know where sailors hang out? That's just me. That's just me talking. Let me stop. One of these days, I'll eventually take voice acting seriously, but I don't know what that'll be. Anyway, but yeah, it definitely looks cool animation wise. They you know, showed the initial Lang D and Ryo's father fight, just getting his ass beat. Show, you know, Ryo getting his ass kicked. Just it was kind of like some they Dragon Ball-fied it, where, you know, in the game it was very realistic. It was like, oh, only a couple feet. Then an anime is like, damn, that's kicked his ass like 50 feet across the room. All right. Hey, I mean, it is anime, so there you go. That still reminds me, I do need to still have yet to play Shenmue 3, but I doubt this will lead up to that specifically. But yeah, man, just bring some awareness. Shenmue animation. When is the date? Let me I think it's probably skewed. I believe it's February 5th. February 5th. Is it the same for Crunchyroll? That's for Adult Swim. I guess presumably they presented it on both. So it is for sure Crunchyroll and Adult Swim. Yeah, February 5th. Both on Crunchyroll and Adult Swim. Cool. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I like it. Yeah. Moving on. Let's see what we got. Next topic of discussion. For Honor. Thank you. That's it. Yeah, so For Honor, one of the, I don't know, really one of the long-standing games that are at least, I mean, definitely not the first, but one of the more notable long-standing games. At least just having this longevity. It premiered in 2017, debuted, released, and has just been getting a very consistent stream of content, seasons, emotes, executions, all of it. So now we got a new hero that was revealed today, Pirate, just Pirate. It seems like she's a part of the Samurai faction, I think, or maybe the new faction. I forgot what they were called, but she definitely has Asian vibes, but with the pirate aesthetic, and kind of a mix of that. She got the flintlock, so and she has that incorporated in her combos, which is kind of dope, and the executions. There's going to be some interesting stuff there. We'll see what happens, but I'm digging it. I'm not sure if she'd be my main. I would mess with it though. I wouldn't, not all the way, but you know what I mean. Do you? Yeah, you do. So, yeah, she's pretty dope. I know they definitely gotta get I'm curious what that is. So she like knocked what do you call it? I think it's just a lantern with her sword. Maybe that's a new mechanic in one of these recent seasons that I've never realized, but that's kind of dope. Maybe she can only do that in the breach modes. That's pretty cool. But yeah, she looking pretty enticing, I have to say. I'm still curious what faction she's with. It doesn't seem apparent which one she is with, but I guess we'll find out. Ubisoft probably do the full breakdown of all the move sets. She'll fuck up a berserker, something like that. Pretty dope. And with that'll conclude the news for this week. Move on to the what I've been playing. At least specifically, been playing a fair amount Halo Infinite. Just periodically, daily, get my dailies in. Doing that pro tip, like I told y'all. pop the double XP. Played initial matches because you get that surge of double XP for playing day consistently, and been digging that so far. I've been still staying away from the competitive scene because I don't know. I don't want I don't want to feel pain anymore. So I've been keeping my distance. I'm not trying to feel pain. Not trying to feel pain. Really, outside of that, that's pretty much it. I think a new event dropped where a timed event where if you play during that allotted time, which has generally been like 2 weeks, I want to say, you can get some cool goodies, cool prizes, and I think there's like some I think it's like a cyberpunk theme or something like that, where you get the little, get the cyberpunk mohawk. It's not like really a hair mohawk, but it's like a light mohawk. I don't know why I'm going into that much detail, but you know what? There you go. So, also playing some Ultimate Double Dragon. So I believe previously I talked about Legend of the Double Dragon, but now I'm playing Ultimate Double Dragon. It's funny in my notes. I put Ultimate of the Double Dragon. Clearly I copied and pasted, but it's called Ultimate Double Dragon. So it's like the next, I guess, kind of a sequel, if you will, to Legend of the Double Dragon. Basically a continuation of the development of Legend of the Double Dragon, but kind of put in yet another spin on it in terms of like various new mechanics, subsystems. Like there's a whole new WWF WrestleMania subsystem based off the game back in the day, where you can do these straight up wrestling combos. They brought back the Killer Instinct combo system, which I can still never get down. They brought a little bit of Mortal Kombat 3 into it, with the sound effects and the moves, similar to some of the characters from MK3. Yeah, there's like it's definitely it feels way more flexible and deep, even though the Legend of Double Dragon is deep in of itself as well, but they added even more depth to this game. Added a couple new characters. A Bobo is at least been added, and I think Whip Girl has been added since this one. You can like grab people in midair. The juggles are more should I say forgiving? Not necessarily forgiving. More opportunistic. Let me say that. You get a lot more flexibility to get creative with combos, I'd say, in this one than with Legend of Double Dragon. At least currently it's a demo as of right now. Like you technically can't you can get up to I think level 5 and then the game ends, but obviously it's a work in progress, but pretty dope work in progress, I gotta say. You can play some of the hidden characters. I'm not sure if they're in Legend of the Double Dragon. I think they are. I've yet to discover that yet, but pretty good. You get more responsive style switching. It's really good. It really is. It's really, really good. I'm digging it. I've been playing a fair amount. Currently is hard as hell. Obviously, since it is a work in progress, the game is hard as hell. Like you get in some very unfair juggling if you in a wrong predicament. Pretty much if you get juggled, it's over. And the AI is very good about juggling your ass to oblivion and to your death and demise. What else? that's pretty much it, really. I mean, in terms of the what am I thinking of? The structure, it's very similar to Legend of the Double Dragon, of course. But yeah, it definitely deviates a fair amount from it in terms of it feels definitely like an evolution of Legend of the Double Dragon. Yeah, it's a lot of flexibility. Like I said, a lot of creativity, creative opportunities in terms of combos, which I think I like that the most. I feel like, it feels more. How would I say it? It feels more not receptive necessarily, but not responsive necessarily, but it feels more fulfilling in a weird way. I guess because the inputs and executions, which I guess circles back to the flexibility and creativity, having more options to go off of combos and stuff like that. I think that at least is what is making it a bit more appealing to me than Legend of the Double Dragon. So I do recommend it. It is free. I think you might have to sign up on the Chrono Crash forums, which is the dedicated forums for Beats of Rage games, Beats of Rage engine created games, and you can at least mess around, play with the demo since it's a free fan project. One of the best I've definitely played with. I'd probably since Streets of Rage remake. It does justice to Double Dragon, Super Double Dragon so well. It's like, man, if we had this game back in the SNES era, whew, I'm just very curious to see what would have happened. Then again, I think that's a whole philosophical thing where you're like, yeah, if that was the case, it would totally revolutionize everything and whatnot. But in of itself, pretty good. I can't stop playing it. I want to keep playing. Also, if I can, Monster Hunter Rise came out last week for the PC version. For those that don't know, it originally came out for the Nintendo Switch roughly about a year ago, in 2021. At least now on the PC with all the bells and whistles you could ask for. It looks good as hell when you turn everything up. You get the settings real good. You get that frame rate looking buttery. Just the butter just coming off. It's really good. I don't know if I'm up for playing it all over again right now. Maybe might pepper in playing it every now and then, but pretty much potentially having to play like 100 hours to get ready for Sunbreak that comes out this summer. I don't know, man. I got my ass whooped. I played like my first legit hunt, I guess, by myself, which, you know, I maybe is part of the issue, but anyway, played by myself, hunting this Aknotosan, the bird thing, just whooping my ass. I'm getting carded multiple times. I was on my last life. I thankfully succeeded, but I'm like, this can't, I don't know if I got it in me. It could have been I might have tried to join a game and it maybe gave me the health of 4 players when I wasn't playing with 4 players. Maybe that could have been it. Now I'm thinking about it. I didn't really think about it. Now I'm having a epiphany. Maybe that might have been it. I was like, he kind of hitting hard, and he taking forever to die. Damn, maybe that was it. So, anyway, I don't know. I don't know if I got it in me to play all over again. to try to get it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Might need some more time. Maybe probably I'll probably procrastinate. Maybe like a month before we get a release date of Sunbreak. Like all right, I guess I gotta put in some time and then get through. But don't get me wrong, man. Game is beautiful on PC. Loving all the customization options. Ran into some technical issues in terms of it gave me some random weird error where it's like it was some file that wasn't being interpreted right, and it wouldn't let me launch it. Ultimately had to uninstall, reinstall, then that did it. But I was like, that was kind of annoying. One of the aspects of PC gaming I despise, just the potential troubleshooting that could potentially in of itself be extensive. Not a fan of. That's why why I stick to console. But I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. Maybe I'll get the Monster Hunter scratch. At least as of now, it hasn't hit yet. Also played God of War PC. Didn't play too much. Just dabbled in it a bit. I don't know. Again, yet another game I've already played before that I'm not sure if like I'm not ready yet to play it again. Just wanted to get the feet wet. Just wanted to flex the PC. See how far my PC can go. How far it can perform. You know. How strong is it? How much does it bench? You know? What do you squat? So, outside of that, pretty much all I've been playing. Just that whole rotation, really. Get into what I've been watching for a bit, which has been Book of Boba Fett. Saw episode 4, pretty much explained how Boba Fett, I guess spoilers for Boba Fett / Mandalorian kinda, where the one girl that was trying to assassinate the one dude, I don't know their names, but the girl that's with Boba Fett that his right hand girl, and Boba Fett found a shot by the one dude from Mandalorian, and Boba Fett was like, you know what, let me take you and get you patched up, and then I guess her guts was decimated. So they of course, of all the people they find this dude, they find fucking Thundercat, if you don't know, very established artist. He's like, hey, I can repair her, I can fix her, I can rebuild her. So he did. Then did some weird mechanics and got her working, but her, she don't got guts anymore. It's all metal. It's all just a system. So there you go. And then that was pretty much so that pretty much led up to, well, no, that's been the cadence, at least for Book of Boba Fett. They show a lot of the stuff from the past, like kind of fill in what happened to Boba Fett up until the events of The Mandalorian, and then going like past The Mandalorian in terms of timeline events, where I think he was trying to, make a deal with all the honchos within the respective territories in his area or something like that. And but yeah, it was a pretty decent episode, I have to say. It's like Book of Boba Fett it feels a bit more comfortable than a lot of other shows I generally watch. So I just like, I'm just curious. I want to watch it. Not necessarily like, woo, I'm hyped for it kind of thing. So yeah. Also, watched some Peacemaker. For those that don't know, Peacemaker is basically a spinoff of one of the characters from the Suicide Squad reboot. I guess they don't technically call it a reboot, but it's technically a reboot. The reboot of Suicide Squad, where the story, I guess spoilers for Suicide Squad if you haven't watched it, but the one character Peacemaker, I guess I don't have to spoil it. Events in Suicide Squad leads Peacemaker into his own spinoff, and pretty much this series takes place shortly after the ending of the Suicide Squad. And John Cena, John
Cena.
You can't see me. Yeah, so he is the character the Peacemaker, as you may have seen in the series itself, the movie. And so basically he has his own spinoff of his show. Man, shouts out to whoever just was involved in that whole opening, the intro to the show. Man, good job. It's like it definitely gave you like, okay, this is what we about to do. Okay, I see it. It's pretty good. Pretty damn good. But yeah, the series itself, I think they premiered the first 3 episodes, which I just straight binged through, and pretty damn good, pretty funny. It was surprisingly way more funnier than I was expecting. Actually, I didn't know it was gonna be as. No, I think I expected some humor, but just funny as hell. There's a lot of really good ass moments. What was one that was notable? I guess basically in the story, he comes across some dude. I guess that was he knew from his friend. I guess he was a brother. That's a brother of his friend. And when he finds that out, he suits up to be this character called the Vigilante. And then it was this whole just random segment where John Cena, aka Peacemaker, was in his house, and he's chilling, trying to just wrap his head around the events that happened that I won't spoil. But he was like, hey man, what are you doing? He's like, hey, no, I'm just coping with stuff or whatever. It's like, hey, you want to do some stuff or something like that? And it I forgot how it came up, but it was something about his dick. And he's like, hey man, hey, you want to see something or whatever? And then it was something about like, hey man, I don't want to see your dick, man. I know this is I know it's a trick to see your dick, and I don't want to see it or whatever. And then it's like, come on, man, I promise it's not. I'll show you my crotch. He's like, no, now I know you're gonna show me my dick or whatever. It was pretty good. I'm not doing it justice, of course, but it was really good. And then, of course, the last episode was funny. They brought this new character in. He's like this small midget guy who I guess is a superhero, but it's hard to describe. It was like him. He was eating some Cheetos or something, and I'm going all over the place because it's a lot to love. That I was definitely surprised by. I think considering the general stigma that DC properties aren't as worth watching. I mean, for the most part. So at least having that come in mind, I did come in with a little bit of scrutiny. I'm like, this better be good. And damn, it is pretty good. Man, shouts out to John Cena. He doing his thing, man. He is playing Peacemaker. He is playing that character. At least my understanding of the character. I'm really digging it. So I do recommend it. Peacemaker on HBO Max. So also watched Attack on Titan episode 4. These episodes, man, they don't feel like they long enough. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to remember what happened. Yeah, I think they released the prisoners from jail. I think they were the Jaegerists. think they released him from jail to help fight against the I forgot the faction, not Astoria, maybe it's Astoria, but you know, the opposing people, the side that Gabby's on, and fuck Gabby. So if I haven't said that on record, but I'll say it again, fuck Gabby. So excuse me, Gabby. Okay, I'm just saying. It feel like not much really happened this episode, to be honest. Nothing like catastrophic. Oh, I guess what's his name? The founding giant, the founding titan. He came. He's like, hey, Aaron, you came. At last we come together, and then like they pulled some trick where what's her name? The cart titan. Like, what do you call it when they de-titan? I guess de-titan, and it showed like she was dead, but she wasn't. It was like, oh, it's a ploy. And then the dude's like, got your ass, and then shoots a cannonball at the Titan, pretty much on the nape, and then his ass just falls. It's like, oh, oh, you got me. I wish he would have said that. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, you got me. I should probably, I need to probably dub Attack on Titan. I just for my own fun. Maybe. But yeah. oh, you got me. And then he fell, and then I think that was the end of the episode. And it's like, oh, thanks. These 20 minutes, man, they not hitting. They need to be more. I guess maybe maybe if they did more with them, that's probably, I think, the underlying problem I'm having, that I'm claiming in something else. But I wish more would happen. I feel like they are kind of stretching it out a bit to just stretch it out a bit to keep your, interest. But I don't know, man. I'm digging it though. I mean, we gotta see the end of this. What is gonna happen? As somebody who hasn't read the manga, I'm curious. Is everybody turning into Titans? I doubt that. I think that's the plot. They're trying to end this cycle or something like that. At least from what I got, especially from the last episode. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that actually might do it for episode 100 and I wanted to say 20, 137 of Switch's sites. If you did like this podcast, feel free to like, rate, and subscribe on your various podcasting platforms. You can also catch, I always forget my spiel. You can always catch this podcast recorded live on Twitch TV/aswitch on Thursday evenings. You can also catch the archive of this podcast on youtube.com/aswitch as well. Yeah. You can also follow me on Twitter at aswitch as well. Man, I think I got everything. But yeah, until next time, guys, get your game on. Feel free to fuck. Aw, yeah. Nobody's safe.